Greetings, everybody. Rajee Narinesingh here. So today I want to talk about Indians from India versus a certain segment of Indians from the Indian diaspora. All right, so I am not all Indian. I'm a multiracial person. However, I'm half Indian. My father was South Asian Indian, but he was from the country of Trinidad and Tobago. And actually, about half of the country happens to be people of South Asian Indian descent. So my father was a Trinidadian who was of South Asian Indian descent. Now, what I've noticed throughout my life and dealing with Indians from India, not all of them, but I would say a good bit of them tend to look down upon Trinidad Indians, and for that matter, Indians from Guyana, Suriname, Fiji, Jamaica. There's like this thing or this attitude like, you're not really Indian. Y'all aren't really Indian. Now, growing up, I used to go to Trinidad with my dad, mom, and sister to visit my grandparents and other family members. My father was a Hindu, okay? And all of my father's side of the family are Hindus. And I can tell you, the culture was extremely Indian. A lot of the traditions from India were upheld. And even today in Trinidad, with a lot of the Indians, they have held on to a lot of the customs from India. But of course, as time has gone on, things have, changed a bit and it's taken on a life of its own. So there is, I would say, things that are distinctively Trinidad Indian and not necessarily Indian from India, like the food. Listen, Trinidad Indian food is different than Indian food. I actually prefer Trinidad Indian food, I guess because I grew up on it. Now, I like Indian food from India, but I prefer Trinidad Indian food. And that's probably because I grew up on it. But yeah, so things have changed. I mean, it's been a while. The reason why there's a big population of Indians in Trinidad and Guyana and Suriname and Jamaica, and specifically I'll speak to Trinidad, is that when the British had India, after slavery ended, they needed people to work the sugarcane fields. And so they offered like an indentureship to Indians in India to go over to Trinidad and other parts of the Caribbean in South America, because Guyana and Suriname are in South America, and work as indentured servants for, well, I know in Trinidad it was 5 years. And afterwards, they could either go back to India, get a passage back, or they could get a little piece of land. So that was the deal. And that's why a lot of Indians ended up, in Trinidad, Guyana, Jamaica, Suriname, etc. So I feel that there's a bit of a stigma when it comes to the way Indians from India look at Indians from Trinidad and other parts of the world, especially the Caribbean and, South America. Now, I'm going to tell you, I can sit here and really, really say that I'm proud. I'm proud of my Indian side of the family. My ancestors, they stepped out on faith. They dared to try to have a better life for themselves. It must have been scary signing up to do that and then, taking that long boat ride from India over to Trinidad and not knowing what they were going to be faced with. And it just must have been a really hard decision to make. And so I honor my ancestors for being brave enough to step out on faith in the hopes of having a better life for them and the family. And so I know I come from a resilient people that worked hard. I tell you, as I do this video, one of the people I think about is my grandmother, my Aji, my grandmother, who worked her behind off in the sugarcane fields. And I think about her blood, sweat, and tears and other people like that. And because of these people who worked hard, loved hard, and were dedicated, this is why someone like me exists. This is why other Indian Trinidadians exist. We stand on their shoulders. So I am not ashamed. I am not ashamed. I used to think, why do they look down? Like they act like they're better. And when I say they, I'm not speaking about all of Indians from India. I'm speaking in general, but I've noticed this. There's like this attitude, and when you really break it down, we have a lot to be proud about. Us Indian people from other parts of the world, like Indians from Trinidad and Guyana and Suriname and Jamaica, etc., have a lot to be proud about because we stand on some phenomenal shoulders. So on that note, should I end with namaste? Love, peace, and blessings, everyone. Oh, and I want some Indian Trinidadian food. I'm hungry now.